Welcome back to Tower of God, the regulars. So, in the last video, we learned quite a bit about Yasacha's mentality and I guess also of the Lopobia family in general. Namely that they are all about domination, the powerful ruling over the weak. And that's why Yasacha was hell-bent on not only defeating Yama, but rather making him submit, surrender and beg for his life. But as we know, Yama, that absolutely did not happen and probably will not happen. We also got a situation with the floating chair guy and him luring Sola into a trap at the prison part of the cat tower. But luckily, Shibisu, and Hats came to her rescue. Well, with some of them more effective than others. Since poor Hats and especially Shibisu did not catch up to the ridiculous power many of their opponents have. But he is now trying to uh, in fire up his shiny new sword. And we will see how that goes. But first, we apparently learn about the background story of, floating chair guy. Oh yeah, who also upgraded himself with his floating throne transformation. Well then, let's continue. I'm originally from a branch of one of the 10 great families, but because of a situation with my parents, I grew up with the main family. Since I was little, I've always been closer to animals than to people. As an indirect descendant, I felt alienated by the people in the main family who looked down on me. But animals are so straightforward about their feelings that I could relate to them right away. When I gave animals love, they gave the same love back to me. They never betrayed me. After becoming a regular and climbing the tower in spite of opposition from the people around me, I chose to become an anima. Rather than dominating animals and forcing them to obey me, I chose to get closer to them by giving them love. It took a long time, but I thought that was the best way to become a true anima. As I climbed the tower, I sorry. I arrived at a certain village and heard that the people there were having trouble because of some giant wild rabbits that came down from the mountain. Giant wild rabbits. Because of their enormous size and extraordinary fertility, the rabbits weren't easy to get rid of. Upon hearing that, I went to check out the mountain behind the village and found the rabbits then. Seeing how many of them there were, I knew that the army would probably be called in to deal with them soon. I, I am now, of course, reminded of Monty Python's uh, not Life of Brian, the other one. Before the army could come and kill the rabbits, I offered to get rid of them for the villagers first. I found out that the giant rabbits came down to the village in search of food, so we temporarily locked every door in the village. And in one part of the village, I put down some of their favorite food, coated in a drug for reducing their fertility. As I expected, the rabbits swarmed to that spot, and I went there every day and gave the rabbits food myself. At first, most of the giant rabbits avoided me, but over time they gradually let their guard down. After a lot of hard work, I finally managed to bring them under my control and stop them from reproducing. They are kinda adorable though. I'm sure nothing bad will come to them. Then I gathered the villagers together and told them how to coexist peacefully with the rabbits. I told them that they may lack food now because of the rabbits, but as the rabbits' population decreases, the situation would soon improve. And the villagers listened to me. And probably promptly killed and ate the rabbits? Where is this going? Oh, Taught the villagers how to befriend the rabbits, and the rabbits became their pets. Over time, the number of giant rabbits on the mountain decreased dramatically, and I stayed there for a long time because people recognized me as an expert on the rabbits. A long time after that, suddenly a lot of giant rabbits were found dead around the village. Oh. And witnesses said that some monster from the mountain had done it. People were terrified by the appearance of this unidentified monster. I headed over to the mountain on request from the villagers. I thought that even the most terrible monster could be befriended with good, genuine intentions. But that belief of mine was shattered the moment that I saw it. It was as big as a castle with a flaming mane and two terrifying heads. It was unlike any animal I had ever seen before. Sort of chimera, it seems. Like the original chimera with the snake tail and the flaming lion head. Doesn't seem to have a goat head though. It looks interesting. Couldn't even imagine befriending it. I felt so helpless. Monster slipped away into the darkness. I guess at least it wasn't hostile. I returned to the village, and seeing that even I didn't know what to do, the scared villagers suggested that they bring in the army. A few days after that, someone named Yasocha appeared. He said that he was very familiar with the monster that had appeared in this village and knew that he knew how to deal with it. He was confident that he could overpower it. Soon the battle began. There were flashes of light on the mountain and some loud noises. Then Yasacha came back with the unconscious monster. Seeing that all of the villagers praised Yasacha's strength, uh, seeing that all of the villagers praised Yasacha's strength, and I was completely forgotten. Yasacha told them that wild animals are dangerous and shouldn't be tamed. He said that they can only be overpowered or killed. And he told the villagers that the giant rabbits must be eliminated from the village to prevent such monsters from reappearing. People thought that Yasacha was right. Huh. So they began abandoning or beating and killing the rabbits they had been raising as pets. Oh. The dead bodies of brutally murdered rabbits were found throughout the village. That's awful. Oh. And the rabbits which had been lucky enough to escape or be abandoned ran back to the mountain in fear. Couldn't stop them. All of this felt like it was my fault. I couldn't take it anymore, so I risked my life and went to see Asacha. I told him that people began hating and killing innocent rabbits because of him. I said that I had to tell him that I believed that his violent ways were wrong, even if it meant endangering my own life. I told him how I had tamed the giant rabbits, and said that animals and people have to find a way to live together in peace. Hearing what I had to say, Asacha simply laughed and disagreed. Violent? Do you really think your approach is any less violent than mine? Come with me. I'll show you what kind of person you are. Yeah? I went with Yasacha. Yasacha took me somewhere in the giant mountain range connected to the mountain behind the village. What the villagers simply thought of as the mountain behind the village was actually part of an enormous mountain range. And what I saw there shocked me. Oh, these chimera monsters are herding the rabbits. Hmm. A bunch of those terrifying monsters was devouring the giant rabbits. The rabbits were their food. Yeah. That's when I realized why those monsters had come to the village. Do you get it now? Those beasts have been feeding on giant rabbits for ages. They're quite intelligent, so they try to stay out of human territory as much as possible. That's why they never appeared on that mountain behind the village, which allowed the rabbits to escape there. If you had just left them alone, the beasts would have come and gotten rid of the rabbits for you eventually. But because you brought the rabbits into the village and stopped them from breeding, the beasts didn't have enough food, so they had to come near the village. If I hadn't gotten rid of the rabbits in the village, the hungry beasts might have even gone and harmed the villagers. Hmm. I mean, floating chair guy wasn't wrong per se, just didn't understand the whole picture of the ecosystem. Then all those innocent people would have been killed, and those beasts would have been slaughtered by the government troops. That whole tragedy would have occurred because of one arrogant animal who thought that he could control nature. Do you still think I'm more violent than you? I couldn't say anything. What came over me at that moment was not a feeling of guilt towards the animals that had died, but a feeling of helplessness that I, an animal, had failed to control the situation. I'm not trying to blame you. I actually understand how you feel. How could you understand? What people like you actually want is complete control over others, and animals are much easier to control than people. That's not true. Stop being such a hypocrite. Uh, Show that disgusting, arrogant desire to dominate everything. That's your true nature and what you will become. If you can be honest with yourself, I'll give you the power to control a lot of things. Power to control. It was too sweet an offer to refuse. You knew me. All Out Fight, Part 3. And back to his floating throne and weird cat toys on it. And yeah, of course, Char fighting the prisoners. The question is, can he somehow break the mind control? For now, it looks like he has to beat them up first. Not that he has a particularly difficult time against them. All of them just like that defeated. Now, Hearts, go for the division commander while I hold back the hostages. Purification. The distant and mysterious eastern sea that shaped the sword is said to be a sea that purifies all things. The reason that the sword obeys me even though I'm not a ranker is because I may be weak, but I'm also slightly more transparent than rankers. Take it? Oh, is this a sword? Yes, it's a sword. Oh, you're giving it to him? Lucky him. I'm a student too. Don't you have anything for me? It's from Volhag's song, not me. They seem to have chosen it carefully because you're Bum's companions and they wanted to give you something that would be useful. Ignition, right. I was blanking on that word. It's even an ignition weapon. Could be dangerous if anyone finds out this is connected to Volhag's song, so if anyone asks where you got it, just tell them you found it by chance in the tower. What? An ignition weapon? Can regulars use it? Yes. Oh, that is. I didn't even recognize him. Yeah. I'm blanking on his name. God damn it. Uh, that test guy. that annoys me now. Liroro. There we go. Yes, the rank regulars can use it. I was surprised too. And the sword is very proud, so it doesn't listen to people who are too strong. Its strength and abilities also change depending on the situation and its mood. And many rankers have died trying to ignite the sword. What? Died? Yes, they just passed out and never woke up. What a scary weapon. Uh, And take out the sword or try to ignite it unless you absolutely have to. Funnily enough, the sword is more likely to listen to those who are weak, but only if its owner is free of greed and has a pure mind. If someone tries to use the sword with even slightly bad intention, can even kill them. It has a mind of its own, so it's dangerous. I'm giving you the sword because I think you have a purer, purer mind than anyone I know had. It really can kill you if you're too greedy. No, Hats isn't that kind of person, of course, but this is so dangerous. It's better not to use it. That's right, it's better not to use it if possible. Then why are you giving it to him? Swords are dangerous by nature, but it would be silly not to have a sword just because it's dangerous. It's certainly a dangerous sword, but as you climb the Tower of Bomb, eventually you'll need it. And you're in a situation where you're willing to risk your life for something. If you focus entirely on that goal and ignite the sword, then I'm sure it will land you at Spa. Just focus on saving those. That's back to hearts. 1 second. Just focus on saving those brainwashed people. If I don't ask for any more than that, sure the sword will help me. Dong, hey. Ignite. Just once, I can't take any more than that. It would be kind of darkly funny if it doesn't work and he just dies. Just like that. I don't think this will happen, but it would be funny. Does this once please work? Slash. What did that do? Well, that certainly got everyone's attention. What is the sword even doing? They're apparently tearing apart the attachments on the throne. And whoosh. That is a very impressive sword slash when it turned into like a million slashes. They are all connected. I'm not even sure like what the hell the sword is doing there. What's going on? But floating throne guy is certainly concerned. My days is getting weaker. So it looks like these floating balls are trying to dispel the mind control with little ping noises. It even has giant rabbits. Did it work? Dice is losing control over them. Can't believe it. How could a regular break my spell? Thank you for this chance, hearts. I won't let it go to waste. And now Char goes in for a punch. Now he's blasting the throne apart. Well, the little tentacles or whatever. At least regeneration isn't working. You bastards. Primal punch. Lethal move. Tire him. It looks like, yeah, no more mind control. But that's the least of his problems. Ah! As he is even punched out of his transformation. And severely hurt, it looks like. He even punched him off his chair. Oh no. So much for him. Can't believe you were keeping so many hostages in that pyramid. No, you're not just twisted. Oh, he is still on his chair. It just wasn't drawn in that panel, or... You're evil. Hey, stay back. Damn it. Or not. I'm being humiliated like this. Lord Yashaja gave me his power and put me at the top of the pyramid. Ugh. Oh, the giant rabbits. Where it all began. Oh, no, he's hallucinating. Hey, I've always looked after your animals. Are you trying to help me? I assume these are actually the animal people he held prisoner. Come here. Come here and keep that man away until I can get out of here safely. Huh? Don't know. Huh? What are you doing? You're supposed to protect me. Are you disobeying me? I'm your master. Yeah, the problem with ruling about ruling with strength is then that we are when you are no longer strong, you are no longer ruling. Chomp. And one of the chimera beasts finishes him off. Okay, so he actually did have a bunch of animals there. I thought this was just to represent all the animal people he had a prisoner here, but also apparently a bunch of animals and uh, regular animals. Uh, Kendrick dear, you always seem to be sitting. Is something wrong with your legs? Oh, thank you for reminding me of his name. A bit late for him though, but oh well. No, you're such a... Are you uncomfortable with me sitting, if that's the case? No, I'm just asking, purely out of curiosity. I see, I'm trying to avoid doing things myself, starting with walking. Okay, is that so? One day it suddenly occurred to me that the dumber and more basic the animal, the more it requires its legs. It also occurred to me that I can get around just fine without using my legs. My job is to command others, not to move myself. I don't have to walk anyway, so I decided not to. A bit weird, but okay. That's an interesting idea. So you're saying you don't need to walk since you can just get others to do things for you? As you like then. Yes, thank you, Lord Sacha. I knew you would understand. Very impressive. Well, I'd better get going. His legs are a symbol of how much more evolved he is than other animals, yet he is proud to choose a regression just to show off his own power. That would be such a foolish choice to make for an animal whose life revolves around survival and evolution. Yet it's also a very human choice. Straight up beheaded. Yeah, I can see why this chapter merited a violence warning. You really have become wonderfully corrupt. Kendrick Deal. Heart! Are you okay, Heart? It hurts so badly. It feels like my insides are going to explode from the pressure. Is this what it feels like? Every time you use that power of yours? Uh, Bum? No, I think he has a bit of an easier time. See, sheathes this sword. Heart! Heart! And collapses. Bum's part of the field. A new turn has begun. The numbers of squares in direction? 4 squares forward. I see, you're going that way, huh? So you'd rather face the map boss than deal with me. No matter how strong the map boss may be, can't be stronger than a legendary high ranker. I suppose that makes sense, but you'll probably regret it. White is going to catch up to me eventually unless I take this route. I don't have a chance of beating White right now. It's better to go with the route that has at least slightly better odds, even if there's an unknown factor. I'm going to avoid White and take the jumping route. If I can beat all the monsters in one turn, I might not have to face White. Even if I run into an extremely powerful monster, I'll be able to cross the map in the shortest amount of time. I'd like to move forward by 4 squares. Alrighty. So, what's the next cage going to be? And why it is, of course, following. Would you like to open the prison? Yeah, hurry. The prison is now opening. Please note that monsters will come out of the prison. Some massive rhino person. It's huge. Is there just one monster? As I explained earlier, the jumping ground allows you to save time, but the monsters in the prison are also much stronger. The monster that emerged from the prison is a middle area beast that even rankers were afraid of. This is its breeding season, so the male is even more aggressive than usual. Don't let your guard down just because there's only one monster. And it charges immediately. Leaving a smashing Bum away. He's right. It's way stronger than the other monsters. Come on, this isn't very entertaining to watch. Use the thorn or whatever to kill it. Huh? Think I'm going to fall for that? I know you want me to use up all my energy here so that you can catch me. I was just trying to give you some helpful advice. I mean it. I don't want the things to steal my prey. You still haven't really used the powers within you. You just use little bits and pieces of each power. You'll never gather enough power that way. You have to command the powers within you to gather together as one, with as much force as you can muster. When all your powers are directed in a single direction at a single target, then they are compressed into one. That actually sounds rather helpful, as far as advice goes. That's the only way for you to properly use your power. Command my powers together. What is it? Are you interested? No, I'm not interested in helping what a nasty person like you. What's he doing now? Concentrating his powers in his fingertips now? Has to say. And is it enough to defeat the rhino? It looks like he sliced off the horn. Yeah. You sure are stubborn, but I don't think this is going to go quite as smoothly as you wish. But it looks like it just formed an energy horn in response. While Bums just stands in front of him, dumbfounded. This one got even bigger. Slayer candidate, it's only a matter of time. Until you set your powers on fire. The day when I first devoured another person's soul, I was extremely confused. I wondered, is it right to consume other people's souls like that, like this, just to gain power? If I can't take it back, how should I feel about the powers of the other people within me? But because of my thirst for power, I continued devouring souls in spite of my confusion. And as I obtained more power, strangely enough, at some point, that intense confusion simply vanished. All I heard was the clear sound of a single sword. The cries of all the souls I devoured were silenced as though cut down by my blade. I was then, it was then that I learned about myself. I've always been different from them. I've been a ruthless predator since birth. I was destined for a blood-soaked crown. There was never any need to worry about any of that. This power could only be obtained by getting blood on my hands. This crown might be maybe bloodstained, but it is a token given to a lord who towers over the dead. You are the same as me. I want to see you get drunk on your own enormous power and put on this bloodstained crown yourself. Hmm. Well, we'll see about that. I want to see you corrupted by great power. Well, the power itself tried, and so far, well, mostly failed. Well, let's see. How long is the video anyway? It was a lot of reading once again. Eh, half an hour only, so, well, at least one more. I got lucky just now. If it weren't for the regulars, the Tide Ranker would have killed me. I don't want to become one yet. Thanks to the experiment, we've been able to escape the constraints of the tower's law slightly, but that also means that we can't stay in this world for long. Over time, our body and soul begin to rot away. It's like we have an expiry date on how long we can stay in this tower. In order to keep us unstable beings alive, someone used a special man to cast a spell of immortality on us. Huh. Like, we have seen her before. Was that Arya? He's a man who violates the rule that only one being may exist in one body. Really? Because of that spell on us and him, our biometric data is saved. So if we die, or the expiry date runs out, we become one with that man. Oh. Then, after a certain amount of time, we are reborn as individuals. come back. It's an advanced but incomplete immortality spell. Thanks to that spell, we can keep being reborn forever without ever dying. So, less so immortality, but rather resurrection. But I don't like the feeling of losing myself when we become one with him. Having to wait without knowing when I'll be myself again makes me uncomfortable. And constantly being attached to him makes me feel suffocated. There's already only one left. They're still as useless as ever. He said that Lord Librick promised before coming to this battle, if we beat the regular jovial Grace and win this battle, he'll release us from the laws and spell binding us. I'm not sure if you can really trust that promise. But I don't want to miss this chance. Eh? A mouse. Oh, and where does she teleport? I did it. Oh no, that's back to Bum. I thought she teleported to him, maybe. I mean, given that she apparently is, well, tries to kill Bum too. There's no prison in front of the jumping pad now. If I just keep going this way, I can reach the map boss without having to face White. He didn't slip up. At this rate, there won't be any way for me to fight him until he reaches the boss or whatever. Why do you keep running away? We are on the same team. Why don't you let me teach you in exchange for your life? How generous. Oh, wait. Who'd put their life on the line just for your lessons? It's ridiculous. You've already put your life on the line anyway. You may not have noticed, but the monsters in those prisons were extremely powerful. They only seemed weak to you because you have me breathing down your neck. Extra motivation. And this super powerful rhino wasn't even worth showing how he defeated it. Like a herring being chased by a catfish. The threat of me chasing you helped you push ahead. Somehow you've managed to get stronger even during that brief period. You've gone so big now that you'll explode with even the slightest provocation. Almost sounds like a proud parent here. Wing? Wing, wing, wing. Oh. And teleporting in right before the jump pad. Oh. Huh? Is that? Great. This looks like the right field. An enemy? You must be that regular Slayer candidate. Oh no. Lucky me, landing right in front of you. Wait a minute, that ranker behind him? That's right. The ranker who fought Caliban at the wall before. Crap, I'm screwed. Maybe those two problems solve each other. He may be able to handle an ordinary ranker, but not White. Perfect timing, so for a surprise, I can use this to my advantage. You seem to think I'm an enemy, but I'm not. You and I are both after a Dragler. Eh? If you block him for me, I won't hurt you. What are you talking about? She's an enemy. I never take sides, but I'll allow you to team up with me just this once. Can use her as a little variable. Alright, I don't know what's going on between you two, but I'll help you. What am I going to do? To push him down over the edge. Still Battle Royale, or, well, they keep changing between Battle Royale and All Out Attack. Part 4. Oh yeah, right, that was her name. 4th Army Corps Division Commander Arya, do you mind if I tell you a bit about this map? Sure, by all means. This map is called Two Choices. There's the dangerous but shorter jumping route and the safe but longer safe route. Participants have to choose one of the two routes. This participant chose the jumping route and was just on his way to the jumping pad. If he jumps from the jumping pad, he can fight the map boss, and if he beats the boss, he can clear the map right away. I see. I have a feeling that this thing... I have a feeling that thing behind me is the jumping pad. It looks like I shot up at just the right moment. Ah, what should I do? I'm surrounded on both sides. Even if the next turn starts and I reach the jumping pad, she'll stop me. Then White will reach the jumping pad on the turn after that. I love the little symbols there. In the case I have to face them both at the same time. In that case, I have to face them both at the same time. To avoid that, I have to beat this enemy that suddenly appeared in just one turn. But seeing that she is a division commander, she is probably stronger than most rankers. Can I really beat her in just one turn? Where would you like to go? 1 minute, I need time to think. Don't have a choice. I have to keep moving forward. I just have to beat that enemy in one turn and jump. I'd like to move one square ahead. You will now be moved. Huh? You sure are fearless. Instantly going on the attack. But against her kick, Bomb is also going in. Slash. But her kick might be more powerful than he thought. Ah. Yeah, even bringing Bomb to his knees. White is behind me. But there's still the bigger threat to consider. Can't stop attacking. What on earth? Uh, uh. Finally, he just smashed her away. But she isn't defeated yet. That power of his? Is he really just a regular? Yeah, it continues to attack with one blast after another. But as she counters it with her slash kicks, what they're called. You're really starting to get on my nerves. But despite her best attempts, Balm is still able to block it. No. Then dodge and yet another one from point blank range. as they continue clashing. You're pretty damn strong for a regular, but you're up against the division commander in Jared's army. There's certainly is amazing power behind her kicks, but she keeps getting stronger. Can't hold her off for much longer. Shinzo Black Hole Sphere. Eh? Yeah, but Bum hasn't activated any of his real powers yet. And one massive blast later. Oh, wait. Did he even... that looked for a second that he used the Thorn, but I don't think so. He at least pushed her away one more time. How did he get power like that? It's just a regular. Oh, he did use the Thorn. Okay. I've never seen that type of power before. Huh? Oh, that was her. Huh? Strange. It was only for a moment, but I felt like I could finally breathe. Oh. He accidentally almost dispelled the immortality spell on her. My connection to him was severed. Did the Dragler's attack break the spell temporarily? I wonder. Could his power free me from the spell? There isn't much time left. I have to beat her before the end of the turn. And she does nothing? Just lets Bum attack come in. Oh, but no. In the last moment, she once again clashes with a whole bunch of kicks. Wait, stop! Uh, wait! Hold on! Will Bum stop or just relentlessly press the attack? Uh, eh? Tell me, what did you do to me just now? What? Eh? What's going on? What did I do to you? That flash of light just now, I mean. You have some kind of special power, don't you? Is she talking about the Shinzo Black Hole Sphere? Oh, right, I guess I do have some kind of special power. I can break spells and stuff with it. You can break spells? Really? Uh, yeah, I think so. Dude, I need this kid. I'm going to need that power of yours. What do you say? What? If you promise to help me, I'll help you avoid white and get to the finish line. Huh? Shh. We'll both take the portal here. In exchange, when you reach the finish line, use the power to free me from my bond. Then we go our separate ways. She is getting way too close. And Bum's harem keeps expanding. After that, you and I will be enemies again, so I'll have to attack you, but at least you can avoid facing us both at the same time, right? Why the heck did she stop attacking? What are they talking about? Wouldn't it be better to team up with me for a bit now, since you're surrounded by enemies on both sides? Yeah, white looming behind them. Alright, I'm not exactly sure what kind of spell you're under, but I'll do it. Great! Hey, uh, I don't know why you two suddenly stopped fighting, but if you're trying to come up with a way to avoid me, you're wasting your time. Don't try anything stupid. I don't give a damn that there's some silly high ranker here. It doesn't matter to me how many lives I have to take. Yeah, I think she's concerned now. He sure is scary. I almost regret doing this, but at least you won't be able to get here until after we've jumped. What are you waiting for? Get over to the jumping pad before the turn ends. Right. Making a run for it. I'd like to jump. Take me to the finish line. The jumping pad takes 10 minutes to activate. You're already out of time for this turn, so you can't jump right away. What? You never said anything about that before. Well, those are the rules. If you activate the jumping pad right at the start of the turn, you could have probably jumped right away on the next turn. But White will be here on my next turn. The rules are in your pocket, Sky, too. Who has time to read all that? Already read everything. Of course. For now, I'll start activating the jumping pad for you. Beep. Uh, this turn is now over. I'm so dead. We'll now move on to the next turn. Participant White, would you like to move? Of course, I'd like to move one square ahead. Yeah. Look at us, all gathered here together. It's almost like fate. He's here. I look forward to the feast that fate has prepared for me. White's here. On the same field as me. Starting to materialize his sword. One more. I look forward to the feast that fate has prepared for me. White's here. The same field as me. You should have just listened to me when I offered to help you. Crap, I'm totally cornered. Oh, that's her. Crap, I'm totally cornered. It's too late to change sides again now. One second. Uh, but I'm not sure how helpful that dragler will be in a fight we fight. First, I get rid of this annoying little obstacle. Crash. And can Arya clash with White's swing? Damn it! Just have to try to last 10 minutes. So far, so good. Uh, can she hold it off? Yeah. How am I supposed to withstand this? And White comes charging in. And swoosh. And Arya and White keep clashing. Splat? Did he cut off her leg? There's certainly enough blood for it. You look like one of those test subjects, like that toad. Which rule are you exempt from? Oh, right, right. They did mention something like that. Which rule? This is a curse! Oh, the White actually cut off her arm and now she is regenerating it. In a flash, literally. Damn, it's a good thing he hit my left arm. You can heal your arm, huh? That must be the rule you're allowed to break. Very interesting. Shall I tear your entire body to pieces to see whether you can heal the rest of your body too? No. She may be an enemy, but she's the only ally I have right now. I can't just let her die like this. Yeah, this isn't looking good. Stop him. Yeah, given that even the, like, many armed guy uh, couldn't stop White's slashes. How much of a chance does Arya have? And the many armed guy was even specifically designed to block things like that. But maybe with Bum's help. You continue to surprise me. Imagine a regular blocking my sword. What on earth is the rule you're exempt from? As an irregular? Possibly all of them. Or do any rules apply to you at all? Still Battle Royale, Part 5. It's the same as always. That creepy look in his eyes. Uh, he blocked White Sword? Regular? Some people have to sacrifice so much to find a way to barely stop my sword, and yet to block and avoid my attacks like it's nothing. You really are full of surprises. And I don't like it. Oh. But now White is breaking through. Bum shins a wall. Ah. Hey, get back! If you die, I'm screwed too. It's okay. You can't avoid Arya's sword anyway. You're saying you can? I can dodge it. I've done it before. Eh, what the hell is he talking about? I may need to. I may need him to break the spell, but my own survival comes first. Plus, White still hasn't found out which rule I'm exempt from. Then go ahead and fight if you can. Shall I wait and see what happens? You seem to be getting rather cocky, just because you beat me once in some silly game. Yeah? I can see it. I can dodge his sword. But will that be enough? So far, so good. He didn't get hurt yet. And even did a small counterattack. Narrowly avoided being beheaded, yes. How the heck is he avoiding his attacks like that? That regular is way slower than me. And yet it's Almost like he can predict where White's sword is going. And White's sword feels completely different from when it was fighting me. It's almost like it wants to draw out more of that boy's power. Which is exactly the case. He's toying with me. He's trying to get me all worked up. He clearly just wants to drag this out as much as possible. I bet he wants to draw out more of my power before devouring me. It's only been 1 minute so far. So evil. Every second feels so long. There's still lots of time left. Is this how the enemies who fought me felt? I have to survive somehow. Don't disappoint me, Slayer Candid. Very tiny White there with a massive slash. Come on, I think there's to be a way to survive the next 9 minutes. Should I try blocking him with the blue thizzer? No. I have to avoid his attacks. The sword isn't going to let me live this time. Oh. Splat. There's blood splatter. Oh, he got hit. And more of White's attack rained down upon him. Thunder. Shit. Wait, or was that not White? Like this attack here? What happened? What's going on? Oh, that was his attack, okay. Is that all you've got? I was hoping you'd really whet my appetite. It wasn't just me toying with me. He hasn't even gotten started yet. Please don't disappoint me. I want you to give me the most ecstatic experience of any soul I've ever hunted. If you don't start meeting my expectations, I'm going to have to kill you. Can I do this? I guess I have to. The master is waiting for me. I have to stay alive and reach the finish line. But there comes White. It's impossible to stop White if he decides to attack for real anyway. I just dodge his attack, look for a weak point, and try to attack him. As he is smacked in the face by one of White's swings. Once. Twice. Oh. He's showing him that he could have easily killed him, like, not once, but twice. After the third time, I'm not going easy on you anymore. I hate counting to numbers higher than 3. They just don't feel complete. Because they're not prime numbers, or what are you getting at? Don't even think of sneaking away. Burn all that power within you, with every bit of strength you've got. I don't care if you have to beg the souls within you, or if you have to devour them mercilessly. Just make them come out. Just as I and countless others have done. Why, it is incredibly creepy. You'll have to give up your humanity if you want real power. Only then will you be truly human. Why is White so obsessed with him? He's just a regular. Why all that fuss? That was probably still Arya. Why all that fuss? And what's with that look on White's face? I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. It almost reminds me of what Army Corps Commander Librick felt. Inferiority. Why? But why would a legendary high ranker feel inferior to a regular? I'm not messing around anymore. Don't you dare save your power to get to your master when you're fighting me. Uh, Other attacks can hurt him. Why the hell are you so determined to pick on me and the people around me? Turning as it may be, I have to use Shinzu black holes here. With his horns getting stronger. And can he do something? The sphere certainly looks impressive, but is that good enough? That's the light used against me a minute ago, but it's way stronger now. And stab. What is happening here? Uh, did White finally decide to hurt him? Yes. Ah, ouch. Let me ask you something too. Why were you born as someone I have to hate? Why did you have to appear in the tower? Crunch, crunch. Ah. And keep showing yourself around me without ever changing. It's not that I hate you. Your very existence simply compels me to hate you. It's all your fault. Stop getting on my nerves. I say it again. I want to see you corrupted. Yeah, but apparently everybody in this freaking tower is of the opinion that Bum is way too nice to be left alone. Probably because it shows off that all these ideologies about power and strength and like having to use them to subjugate others aren't really the only way. What is it, Lord Hodgkin? Just recently you were so excited to have been selected for the training squad because you would get to see your father up close. Is the training squad wearing you out? It's just my father changed again. What? He doesn't have the same look in his eyes as when I was first selected. When I was chosen, I felt genuine warmth in his gaze. But now he looks at me with the same scary coldness as before. I'm sure it's because I'm not meeting his expectations. I'm trying so hard. But no matter how hard I try, it's never good enough for my father. If I can't get my father's acknowledgement, then there was no point in working so hard to come this far. When I see the changed look in his eyes, it feels like I'm trapped in an icy glacier. I'm sorry to hear that, my lord. But I'm sure he hasn't changed. But, as far as I know, your father never changes. I've heard that your father has never ever changed, even since long before we were born. To someone with his sense of time, we are weak little insects just passing by. So I'm sure that you haven't changed him, my lord. But I'm sure... No, he hasn't changed. If anything has changed, it's probably you, Lord Hodgkin. I've changed. Me? Oh. dripping with blood. I've changed. Why don't you ever change, Father? You're like a lake that cannot be stirred by any stone that I throw, or a tree that never gives any fruit no matter how loudly I chirp and peck at it. I'm trying so hard to please you. Why does nothing I do ever work? I'm doing my best to get your acknowledgement. Father. Oh, he killed his butler there? Father. Why did you have to say that? I hate you now. This blood never comes off my hands. Because of you. No matter how hard I scrub my hands, the blood never comes off. You stained my hands with this blood. It's all your fault. That unchanging look in your eyes. Go ahead, it's easy. Morality always comes with so much struggle. But giving in to corruption is so easy. But of course his memories tell a different story. Reminds me so much of Father. But I think that's the perfect time to end this video. Because right before possibly finishing the duel between Bam and White. And well, with Arya also being there. Relegated to a side character a bit. So, yeah, good stuff. A bit. We learned a little bit more about White, and Bum's desperate tries to resist his corrupt ideology. Literally, like, his attempts to corrupt him. And we will see how that continues in the next episode. Until then.